Rory McIlroy missing from King's New Year honors list amid reports of past tax-related concerns. In a year filled with glittering prizes, there is one honor that Rory McIlroy didn't land, leaving many fans puzzled. From the green jacket at the Masters to the BBC Sports Personality of the Year title, it was a trophy-filled 12 months. But the Holywood star missed out on one accolade. A mooted knighthood from the King failed to materialize in this week's New Year honors. And some news reports have claimed it's because he invested in a development that was later ruled to be a fraudulent tax avoidance scheme. McIlroy had been tipped for a top honor after a stellar year. His Masters triumph meant he completed a rare career Grand Slam, becoming the first European player to win all four men's major championships with his victory at Augusta. The 36-year-old was also part of Europe's Ryder Cup winning team in the United States in September. But while several prominent sports figures were honored by the King, McIlroy didn't make the cut. That has led to raised eyebrows, including from a fan of the golfer with a keen knowledge of how the honors system works. They told the Belfast Telegraph that they expected McIlroy to get a knighthood. The Daily Telegraph reported that McIlroy's omission may be connected to a previous investment that was later examined by Revenue and Customs. It suggested the matter may have been viewed as a potential concern during the honors process, drawing comparisons with Sir David Beckham, whose knighthood only came this year after scrutiny of a previous tax-related investment. There has been no suggestion that McIlroy acted improperly or intended to avoid tax when he invested in a 2015 scheme. The Belfast Telegraph has contacted both McIlroy's team and the Cabinet Office for comment. McIlroy was one of several high-profile individuals who invested in the regeneration scheme, which covered parts of Liverpool, Birmingham, and Sheffield. The scheme qualified for tax relief under the Business Premises Renovation Allowance, before HMRC launched an investigation into whether it had been used for tax avoidance. McIlroy was appointed an MB in 2012 after winning his first major championship. When asked a few months ago about the possibility of receiving a knighthood, McIlroy said it would be an unbelievably massive honor, adding that it is obviously up to people a lot more powerful and important than me. But I mean, if it were to happen one day, it would be a very proud moment in my life, he said. Many prominent people have called for McIlroy to receive a knighthood, including his former agent Chubby Chandler and Mike Nesbitt, leader of the Ulster Unionist Party. Following the Masters triumph in April, Mr. Nesbitt said, "For a country the size of Northern Ireland, it is remarkable how many sportspeople have become icons in their fields. Think George Best, Mike Gibson, and Mary Peters, to name just three. Rory McIlroy has just trumped all of them, and with the Grand Slam monkey off his back, looks set for even more success. This universally popular figure deserves the highest praise the nation can bestow, and a knighthood it is just that." Several figures from Northern Ireland were recognized in the 2025 New Year honors list. Olympic gold medal-winning gymnast Rhys McClenaghan from Newtownards was among those honored for services to sport. His success came almost 18 months after his Paris triumph, suggesting that a future knighthood for McIlroy is possible. Freelance broadcaster Helen Mark, who presents BBC Radio Ulster's Open Country and the Ulster Scots program Kintra, was made an MB. She said she was thrilled to be recognized. Elizabeth Hamilton, a security guard at Stormont Castle, was also appointed an MB in recognition of her long service. Despite McIlroy's omission, the honors list this year did include a range of famous figures from across the sporting world, including England women's football manager Serena Wigman, who received a damehood, and several members of England's European Championship winning squad. Captain Leah Williamson was appointed a CBE, while Alex Greenwood, Georgia Stanway, Ella Toone, and Carol Walsh were made MBs. Chloe Kelly and Hannah Hampton were not included. Elsewhere, former Tottenham Hotspur executive chairman Daniel Levy received a CBE for services to charity and the community in North London. Ice skating champions Jane Torville and Christopher Dean were awarded a damehood and a knighthood respectively for services to their sport, more than 40 years after winning Olympic gold in 1984. Former marathon world champion Paula Radcliffe, sport broadcasters Gabby Logan and Clive Toblesley were appointed OBs, while former England cricketer and broadcaster Isa Guo received an MB.